Getting an early jump on things in the quarterfinals is so huge. And no downtime for either of these sides. Heavy Petting Zoo with a run out to the snake corner. Nasty Dawgs doing the same. John Brown, I think that was him. Not sure who the Dorito player is for Heavy Petting Zoo. He takes the walk, so 5-4 now for Nasty Dawgs as they strike first. They're also in the snake 2 already. Heavy Petting Zoo, no real presence on the snake side just yet. Have that snake corner, but Molyneux is in the center brick, so I don't know if anybody's gonna have a chance to get in there. Skylar Steiner, I think that was him, went to crawl down, just timed it a little bit wrong, and Heavy Petting Zoo corner player able to shoot him out. He slaps himself on the way back to the pits, makes it a 4-on-4 game. Ethan Adams went right to Steiner to tell him what he did wrong there. Move up the center here from Molyneux, takes him to Heavy Petting Zoo's side of the field. Trying to keep my voice down as a nice shot there. I believe that was Stegel. With a nice shot there on Molyneux, makes it a 4-on-3, brings it back in the favor of Heavy Petting Zoo, unless Heavy Petting Zoo may have dropped the snake corner player. And here comes Kuntz moving down the snake for Nasty Dawgs. He hears a buzzer. I think he thinks he was a towel by Heavy Petting Zoo, but that's not the case. He's gonna wanna be careful here. He's about to walk out of bounds and now he's out. He heard the buzzer on field 2 and thought that was it. So now it's a 2-on-1 instead of a 3-on-1. See if that comes back to bite him. I'm looking in the pits now and he's not gonna be happy with himself. Ethan Adams thought it was the buzzer as well. It's not gonna matter as Nasty Dawgs run down the last player, and then they have one player left. So yeah, Ethan Adams was asking what was that false buzzer too. It wasn't any buzzer they did. Yeah, over here it's a little bit of a different beep. You gotta stay in tuned with what you hear. Play. Meanwhile, happening right in front of us. Nasty Dawgs up one on Heavy Petting Zoo. And Heavy Petting Zoo bounce back. Just under 8 minutes to play. Gonna have to do so without Connor Reynolds, who gets burned. Nasty Dawg player though getting taken out of the center. Makes it a 4-on-4. Had LaFollette moving up for Heavy Petting Zoo on the Dorito side. As it's Kuntz making another early exit. Had to give you a jab there, Kuntz. So 4-on-4. Nasty Dawgs with a 1-point lead. Had LaFollette made his way all the way from the first inlet Dorito out to that 40 Dorito, watching Nasty Dawgs player bounce back from the center Aztec to try and get into the snake game. Tad LaFollette gets shot down the wire, making it a 4-on-3 here in Nasty Dawgs' favor. Chad Reynolds now in the snake for Heavy Petting Zoo. They're going to lose another player on the Dorito side. It's just Chad Reynolds and Daniel Ziobrin, excuse me. Facing 4 Nasty Dawgs players, one of which is in the 50 wing on the Dorito side. So Danielle's gonna wanna stay either that way. I mean, it's kind of a tough choice. It's Nasty Dawgs in no hurry here. I see a towel here shortly. In fact, I'd probably towel now. I don't really see any hope. As Danielle Ziobrin takes a shot in the center tower, and just gonna leave Chad Reynolds alone here in the snake 3, and that's gonna get D'Amico off his hindquarters to towel it. Making it 2-0 here for Nasty Dawgs. Thank you, Fatal Zombie. Sub. Nasty Dawgs trying to put the finishing touches on this quarterfinal matchup. They're gonna creep their way up into the 40 Dorito. Looks like Nasty Dawgs now in the snake 2. I think that's Carlton Lewis. Had a player go behind him in the snake corner, but he ends up getting shot out either down the line, I think from across the field though. Nasty Dawgs in the 50 mini wing on the Dorito side and filling up with Adam Hunt right behind him. 5-on-4, but Nasty Dawgs aren't letting that one body hold him back. Molyneux back in the center for Nasty Dawgs, going back and forth. Carlton Lewis one-handing it down the wire. Time is on their side. Heavy Petting Zoo able to get the shot in though on him down the line. May have been hanging out just a little bit too long. Makes it a 5-on-3, and that's gonna bust the snake wide open here for Heavy Petting Zoo. Nasty Dawgs are in that 50 Dorito though, and Adam Hunt is protecting him, lurking behind. Molyneux now the only player watching the snake direction. Move needs to be utilizing those wedges on the inset there. Looks like John Brown's, I think that's John Brown. Can't read the name from here. Looks like that's what he's gonna try to do. Might I? It's up to that second inset Dorito. Heavy Petting Zoo gotta make something happen here. 3.5 minutes to play. You can see the final 3 Nasty Dawgs players, well, at least 2 of 3 of them. Chad Reynolds back in the snake for Heavy Petting Zoo, taking his time. As the snake corner player for Heavy Petting Zoo takes the walk. Connor Reynolds is going to fill the center brick for Heavy Petting Zoo. Chad Reynolds really needs to get up to this 50 and do something because Molyneux is about to run through. He could really end things here if he can wrap right like that and get a shot in on Molyneux. And now Reynolds is going to try and get a shot in on Adam Hunt. John Brown gets shot as a wrapping 50 player for Nasty Dawgs turns it into a 2-on-2. Chad Reynolds has no idea that any of this is going on. Stegel is fighting for his life back there against Adam Hunt and the other Dorito player for Nasty Dawgs. He may think he's the only one left. Chad Reynolds is on their side of the field. He has no idea. Adam Hunt is lucky to be alive at the moment because Chad Reynolds just doesn't think that they're going to be that far up as Stegel gets shot. Chad Reynolds, he's going to run for the buzzer, and nobody's paying attention to him because why would they? They think that this is all done. And Chad Reynolds going to ninja style hit the buzzer. Adam Hunt and the other Nasty Dawgs player just had no idea he was in there. He didn't shoot at him or anything. That's fantastic. Heads up play there by Chad Reynolds to say, hey, you know what? You guys celebrate all you want. All right, so only 2 minutes to play here for Heavy Petting Zoo to do what their North Mountain brethren just did, and that's tie things up and get a much-needed win here in the quarterfinals. Keep their tournament hopes alive. They're going to burn out the snake corner runner of Nasty Dawgs. See if that adds to any momentum for them. Big move up the center, taking that center brick. McAvoy coming out into the snake 2 for Nasty Dawgs. He's on an island here by himself, so he's going to want to try and stay alive and not do too much battling. Ref checking out the snake corner player for Heavy Petting Zoo, called clean. Nasty Dawgs player asking for a check on that corner player. Doesn't seem to think he has anything, though. Dawgs still with 4 bodies. Heavy Petting Zoo trying to dig him out.
60 seconds.
60-second count. We're going to have a center player taken out for Nasty Dawgs. Makes it a 5-on-3. Heavy Petting Zoo methodically making their way down the field. Tad LaFollette now in the 40 Dorito. Danielle Ziobrin making her way to follow him up. Somebody's got to make a move here on this snake side. McAvoy still looking on the inside. They try to get a shot in on LaFollette, who's now at the 50 wing. Here comes a dive into the snake for Heavy Petting Zoo. Tad LaFollette is taken out now. With only 25 seconds left to play. He's got to get up there. Stagel tried making a move down there, but DeHaven now is in the snake 50, looking across and taking way too long. And this one is going to go to Nasty Dawgs. That 60-second count is not a suggestion, folks. It is a warning. You have got to move. So this game is going to end with too many players in their bunkers. And that's how Heavy Petting Zoo's tournament will end after a fantastic run in the prelims. Nasty Dawgs are going to knock Heavy Petting Zoo out of this Beltway Open.